Today is Wednesday, April 12th, 2023. And as you can see, conditions are not wonderful. We got spring conditions. We are on Rocky Branch, heading out to isolation today. You can see the formation beginning of a monorail right here. It's quite sloppy and it's only going to get worse, which is why we're out here doing this now. Going to use the Engine Hill and ISO Express bushwhacks, hopefully. Hopefully we can get across the water crossing on ISO Express. That's the plan. One other person ahead of us. Also using snowshoes. We started briefly in spikes for like 3/10 of a mile or half a mile, something like that. But it's just too soft. And you can probably hear the wind. It's going to be high winds. So we will probably just kind of pop out to the summit and then get right back down, because this is a nice protected hike except for the summit. So hopefully by the time we get there, it'll be like 35-mile-an-hour winds. I don't know. We're 2 miles in right now. If the bushwhacks are usable, I think it'll be around 5.5 miles to get to the summit. So we're getting there. On this hike, you do half your elevation gain in the first 1.5 miles. And then the rest of the elevation gain is on the ISO Express bushwhack, pretty much. All right. We're out on the Engine Hill bushwhack now. And it is windy. I believe that is isolation right there, I think. We just popped out of the Engine Hill bushwhack onto Isolation Trail, and there's some moose damage right there. There was, oh yeah, it goes all the way around. So that's from them pulling off the bark and eating the inner cambium in the winter. There were some moose tracks. I only saw like one really good set of moose tracks on the bushwhack and Engine Hill, and it was from a big moose, but they were not fresh. So we're gonna walk down here just a little ways, and then like maybe 50 yards or less, and then we're gonna hang a left, go downhill steeply, and do the really only major water crossing. So let's hope it goes well. And that's the ISO Express bushwhack. So this is the water crossing. Nothing is really bridged anymore. Which way are you gonna go? Okay. Let's see what happens. Yikes. Okay. All right. Not too shabby. Wish me luck.
We're just making our way across the water crossing, beginning of the ISO Express bushwhack. It's a little tricky. Probably would be less tricky to do with snowshoes off, but it's only a couple of rocks.
just a little area of clearing before we go back into the trees and start climbing up steeply. The summit of isolation is right here. Out in the distance, it's gonna look tiny on here, is, I can't even see where it is. Right in there is Chicorowa. And over here are the moats. So that's North Moat Mountain is the pointy thing on the left.
It's gotta be, right?
It's not though. I don't know. I mean, this whole thing I think is isolation. So I don't know where the actual summit is. You would think it would be that because you do that steep climb up. Yeah, I know. Well, in any case, that's our next stop. We are on David's path now. Just popped out of the trees. There's Mount Washington and Boot Spur. Monroe, Franklin, Eisenhower. Here's all right. Field and Tom. North Twin with that slide on it. Oh my goodness, I'm getting blown around here. Straight ahead is isolation. I gotta keep moving so I get out of the exposed area here and layer up. Woohoo! What a clear day, but windy. All right, I'm gonna put on another layer. We are up at the summit of isolation. There's the summit here. I'm gonna yell because it is really windy and I don't know what's gonna come through, but over there are the Carters, all the faces, double heads, Sergeant North. John's trying to get a over here, of course, Boot Spur, Mount Washington, Monroe, Little Monroe, Franklin, Eisenhower, Pierce, Jackson. The Twins, you can see the very top of Franconia Ridge sticking up with snow on it in the distance, and then in front of that is the Willie Range, Longfield Willie, and way out in the distance is Moose Lock. I think that behind Willie, next over to the left is snow. I think that's Boncliffe. Right here is Kerrigan, the Hancocks. Down here we've got the Sandwich Range. So, whoops, past Conway, Whiteface, the Sleepers, the Tri-Pyrenees, Sandwich Mountain sticking up behind that. Nice clear day, but pretty windy. The only thing good about it is it's warm. Those are the wild. Oh, those are the Carters. Warm. And then of course this is the Dry River Wilderness down here in Oaks Gully, or Oaks Gulf. Nice. One little cloud coming. It's blowing over fast though. We're back at the water crossing, and John's gonna investigate going across over here. Let's see. The tricky part is we're up so high on the snowbank here. Before, we kind of leapt up. Okay, so he's going. Let's see. He wants to see if he can walk across on this snow bridge here. Oh! Yikes. So that's a no. I'm not going that way, I guess, unless there's a rock. Do you need help? Nope. Good luck on the rest of it. I'll watch you. I'm not going that way. Think light thoughts. That's definitely soft right there. Careful. Oh, that worked out. So, I know I can't get through there. It's all right. I'll come this way. All right. The rest of it should be smooth sailing.
What's that?
The rest of yours should be, the way we came in should be okay. I think we're about 1.3 miles maybe from the car, descending Rocky Branch, and things are very soft now, but at least we're going downhill. Still wearing snowshoes, or else we'd be having a post-hole nightmare. We just saw 2 women. We saw 3 women. One of them was solo going up, so I don't know if she was with them because they had a group of 3 originally. But they had gone through the Engine Hill bushwhack and got to the water crossing on the Iso Express and decided that it was not doable for them, so they turned around. And I mean, that's the smart thing to do. Definitely don't want to get wet, you know, miles from your car. Although it is relatively warm. John and I are both wearing t-shirts now. And it's still windy, but it's not a cold breeze. We're getting some obscured views as we descend. So I could see the double heads just a second ago. And they're almost down behind us now, I think. But, oh no, they're right there. Straight ahead of me. Right in there are the double heads. Anyway, it's been a nice hike. It was a little bit tougher than I had hoped going up. It was softer than I had hoped for. We started at 7 a.m. No, 8 a.m. And it was around 50 degrees at the car, I think, when we started. So it was pretty slushy all day. Things were a bit tighter the higher up you went, but then everything kind of loosened up after 11 o'clock. So just makes it a little bit, I don't know, it's like you use more energy. I'm not really sure why, but maybe it's a psychological thing. I don't know. Lots of melting, lots of snow bridges that are gone or will be gone probably by tomorrow. It's gonna get extra hot tomorrow and Friday. So anyway, it's a great hike. I think if you wanted to do the bushwhacks, this is kind of it. Next week will not be good.